out there? This your boy Easy Work Boxing. Thank you for tuning in to the show. Thank you all for tuning in. Got some good news going on. Well, it's really bad news for the sport of boxing, but at least we now know a little bit of what's going on, in the sport of boxing. I got to give a shout out to Dante's Boxing Nation for coming out with this video, letting us know, what's really going on out here. Also, Easy Work Box, birthday August 25th. Goal is $200. Please go to Cash App if you love the channel. Support the channel. Support your boy. Show some love. Now let's get into it, man. Now Teofimo Lopez, we all know, was supposed to fight Kambosos Jr. in June. We all were disappointed because that fight did not happen, and we didn't believe the reasons for it happening. Then the next thing you know, we get a Tyson Fury fight between Deontay Wilder. He catches the same thing, COVID. Then we get Errol Spence Jr. versus Manny Pacquiao, and now Errol Spence Jr. all of a sudden is coming down with an injury before the fight. Now, in Dante's Boxing Nation's interview, in his video, he was talking about the fact that there's a fighter named Charles Conway. Charles Conway was about to sit up and have his own card, headline his own card. And Teofimo's manager, which, he manages Teofimo Lopez, comes to him and tells him, hey, fake a hand injury. Fake a hand injury. And if you fake this hand injury, I'm going to put you on the Teofimo Lopez versus, no, not the Teofimo Lopez, but the Triller card. Now, thinking this Triller card is the Teofimo Lopez fight. So, basically, his manager told him to fake a hand injury. Well, the guy is upset now, which y'all probably need to pray for Charles Conway, because he probably ain't gonna never be able to box again for coming out telling his truth, or they finna send him on the bench for a long time. But he's came out and he's told the public that, hey, I lost a lot of money. The fight he was gonna headline was gonna give him $40,000. Now the fight that they told him to fake the injury on so he could get on the Teofimo Lopez fight, they was gonna give him $80,000. So he done missed out on a lot of money, listening to his trainer. I think his name David McWater. That's the name of Teofimo Lopez's trainer, David McWater. And he told him, to back out the fight. And that if he bagged out the fight, he'll have a bigger payday. So Charles Conway, I guess he done got upset. He done came to the public, exposed this. In my mind, we probably won't see Charles Conway fight again anytime soon. Anytime soon. So this is what's been going on in the sport of boxing. This is how they've been playing us. They've been having fighters back out of fights purposely. We the fans are sitting here waiting to watch these fights. So they're really going around really just playing with us, knowing that because we love the sport of boxing, since they consider us to be sheep, and people will believe anything they come across and tell you, since they feel that that's why we can't get the fights that we have, that we've been wanting to see. We can't get Teofimo Lopez in the ring. We can't get Tyson Fury in the ring. We got Errol Spence Jr. faking eye injuries to get past fights. So this is why we are upset, y'all. Because this has been going on for so long, and they've been playing us for so long. But it's getting to the point now where I think we as fight fans are starting to understand that we can fight back in other ways. In other ways we can fight back is not even by watching these fighters, not even looking at a video of them. You know what I'm saying? And that'll hurt us all, eventually, who all make channels or who all have channels. But at the end of the day, how long are we going to sit up and let these people play with us like that? We done missed out on 3 big fights we've been waiting on because they know we love the sport and they can play with us like that. How in the hell? That should be some type of legal action or something like that. Just to pull. That's what I'm saying. Fighters need to show proof, man. Show proof. And this guy, Charles Conway, he done exposed himself, and he done exposed a lot of managers out there. Now, because of this, the good thing about it, that we know that this is what's going on, that they won't be able to continue to do it like that. To keep lying to the public and have us waiting on fights, and then all you got to say is, oh, I got COVID. Oh, I hurt my hand in the gym. Fight canceled. But it also shows this, too. Everything is really about money in the sport of boxing. It's really politics and money. So we really see why some of the fights have not been made that we want to see. But as fight fans, like I keep stressing, yeah, it's full of shit, Dana. Full of shit. And I'm happy that, this guy came out. But like I said, y'all pray for Charles Conway because I don't think he's going to be boxing no time soon. I don't think if this guy's his manager, David McWater, the manager of Teofimo Lopez, they're going to send him on the bench for saying this. There's always rules to everything you involve yourself in. And I'm sure one of the rules is you don't go out there and tell the public what we're doing behind the scenes. You don't get out there and expose the fact that we got fighters telling them to back out of fights on purpose. So, by him doing this, y'all pray for him. You know what I'm saying? Hopefully he'll be able to get in the ring soon, or he go switch promotional team. They probably might release him. So you never know how it may go for Charles Conway. But to Charles Conway, even though I know you was upset and that's the only reason you let this out, thank you. Thank you, because now we understand and know why there's a lot of fights are being canceled. These managers, the money men are going out here telling them to back out of fights. They're telling them to back out of fights. So we got to wonder who is the manager of Tyson Fury. Because somebody in his team told him it would be best for him to back out of fighting Deontay Wilder. I don't think Errol Spence has a manager. So we can't blame his ducks on the manager. And I'm sure Al Heyman wouldn't tell him, or probably would. Spence is like you can make a lot of money out of Spence. Well, Al Heyman probably could have told Spence, man, best for you to back out this fight. Because you go out here and you lose this fight, you go all the way back down. Not down in the ranks or nothing like that, but I'm just saying you go back to regular Errol Spence. I feel that this man probably going to go out there and beat you, and you need to just go out there and say something wrong with your eye, fake an injury. You'll be back after that. But right now, you don't need to go fight, man. Pacquiao, he too ready. He doing too much. So this is great. This is great to find out what's been going on in the sport of boxing and why we can't get any fights that we've been waiting on. Hopefully, any upcoming fights like the Terrence Crawford versus Sean Porter. I think that's like only one of the major fights. But we got Usyk versus Joshua coming up. So hopefully we'll get to see all these fights that's lining up. Hopefully don't nobody get no hand injuries. Hopefully don't nobody get no COVID. You know what I'm saying? Hopefully. Oh, Dana, your birthday. Oh, yeah. Dana's birthday on August 21st. Y'all see the scroll past the bottom. Easy Work birthday goal, $200. Please go to Cash App. Help your boy out. I want to be able to buy the fight myself, Support the channel if you want to. You can't just let the people know about Easy Work Boxing. Oh, yeah, man. You almost made to be in a Virgo, man. You almost made to be in Virgo. And then on your birthday, you was going to have the big fight night, man. Big fight night. Big Dog Monster, one of my subscribers, he got on the other night. He was like, man, I requested off for that fight, bro. He was like, I requested off. I was going to do the same thing, but I forgot. But I'll never forget my big brother when he came home on the 4th of July, man. Me and him was sitting outside talking about this fight, and my brother told me, he said, I don't believe that fight going to happen. And I was like, why you say that? I thought he was talking about the Fury and Deontay Wilder fight. I can't believe that fight wasn't going to happen anyway either. But when he said the Pacquiao versus Errol Spence wasn't going to happen, I was like, why are you saying that? He was like, cuz, it was like, it's just too much going on. And that's too big of a fight. You know what I'm saying? Like, and true enough, 2 weeks before it, he texted me and said, I told you, the fight not going to happen. So this is what's going on, y'all, why we can't get fights. Shout out to Charles Conway. You know what I'm saying? He exposed the fact that Teofimo Lopez's manager, his manager, is out there telling fighters not to fake injuries, fake COVID to stop fights. Charles Conway said that David McWater told him to fake a hand injury so that he could get on Teofimo's card and make more money. Now the young man ain't fought on his main event card that he was going to highlight, nor has he been on the Teofimo Lopez fight. So he's lost major bucks because he wanted to listen to a manager. And what you can't blame, that's what you pay these guys for, to be in your best interest. You know what I'm saying? I'm sure that David McWater, well, he knew because he's the manager. He told Teofimo Lopez to do the same thing. Because we all know, like they say, that fight wasn't selling. That's the reason they wanted to move it to Australia, is because they felt like they could make more money because Triller invested over $5 million in Teofimo Lopez because he hyped himself up as the new era of Floyd Mayweather. And then it turned around, his ass couldn't sell tickets. So to stop embarrassment, hey, come up and tell the public you got COVID. Now with Tyson Fury's reason is I just feel he knew he was gonna get whooped or something. You know, there was no reason for him to go out there and do that. What's your prediction for Porter Crawford first bid? I think Porter won't take it, and we will get the Virgil and Crawford fight next. I don't know. You know, I ain't too familiar about purse bids. I'm not gonna get on here like I know a lot about purse bid. But whatever purse bid comes in first, I just want to see Taryn in the ring. I think he should, you know what I'm saying, not be a fool and just accept anything, but just accept something reasonable. I really want to see the Porter fight because the Porter has more seasoning, more experience. This is a fight they've been saying he needs for so long. But of course, like I said in my last video, people are saying that Virgil Ortiz is calling out Terrence Crawford. First of all, if you really pay attention and watch the video, he never called out Terrence Crawford. He was asked about Terrence Crawford. He said he will fight Terrence Crawford, Spence, Pacquiao, whoever comes. He did not call out Terrence Crawford's name. He didn't sit up there and say, oh, Terrence Crawford, you're next. He didn't say that. He was asked about him. If you go back on Twitter and you see how they're talking, when Terrence Crawford said, everybody loves mentioning my name, good fight, look at Virgil Ortiz's response to that. Does that sound like somebody who really think they could beat Terrence Crawford? Hey, I'm just responding to what they asked me. That sound like I don't really want no smoke to me. I don't know what it may sound like to y'all, but if I'm coming out and I'm saying I'm pound for pound, I say, hey, everybody loves using my name, but good fight though. And then you reply and say, hey, I'm just asking questions. That don't sound like you really want it. You should have said, hey, yeah, I'm using your name. I want to get you in the ring and get that title. Come on with it. But he's not calling out Terrence Crawford. He really don't want to see Terrence Crawford yet. I'm telling y'all, he really don't want to see Terrence Crawford. It's just a hype. It's just to have his name buzzed. You can tell from his body language how Virgil Ortiz talking. He a good fighter, strong fighter. We seen what he can do. But I just don't feel that he's really ready to go jump in the ring with Terrence Crawford. I really want to see Porter versus Crawford. That's what I want to see. That's the fight that is screaming for. That's the fight that he needs in some people's eyes to be considered number one pound for pound, or, an elite name, even though he's already an elite name. But for some reason, he has to go and fight one of the main 3 or 4 welterweights, which don't want to fight him. But now, thanks for this purse bid and the WBO mandating, somebody got to come see Terrence. So it's a win. It's a win-win for Terrence Crawford either way it goes. And I'm not saying win-win in both fights. I'm just saying it's a win-win for him in his career because he get, those fights that we've been asking for. Virgil Ortiz Jr. is not a seasoned welterweight or a big name elite welterweight, but he is on his way to being up there. He is on his way to being up there, so that will be a good fight. But my fear is that if Terrence beats Virgil Ortiz, they're going to say he wasn't ready. They're going to say he was green. Terrence was picking on a kid. You know what I'm saying? But the headlines keep saying he calling them out. Honestly, I just watched the video of the last fight with Kavaliauskas, the post-fight when he's standing in the ring. He never called Terrence out. He was asked about Terrence Crawford. Do you feel that this is a fight do you feel that your next fight should be Terrence Crawford? He said yes. You didn't say, yes, Terrence should be my next fight. I'm going to knock Terrence Crawford out. Come on, Terrence Crawford. You didn't say none of that. Yeah, he may not be ready, Rafael. Yeah, he may not be ready. But I just don't want to hear that, if he go out there and beat him, then, Virgil Ortiz was young. They shouldn't have gave him that fight. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to, hear that. I don't want to hear that excuse. That's why I want him to go and fight Porter. But I don't know what's up with the WBO. Keep switching mandatories from number 1 and number 2. First it was Sean Porter, now it's Virgil Ortiz Jr. Make up y'all mind. Who in the hell do y'all want to fight? Who y'all want Terrence to fight? Who y'all want him to fight? And I think Terrence Crawford and Gary Russell Jr. is really like the longest standing champions in boxing right now. If I ain't mistaken. I mean, if I'm wrong, somebody can correct. But I think them two like got the they been well. What Gary Russell Jr. He ain't fighting nobody for real. He fight every year, so he holding his title down. But Terrence been champion for about 7 years. I think about 4 at welterweight, 4 or 5 at welterweight, but he's been champion for a long time, man. It would have been Wilder too if he wouldn't have lost, but Wilder had been holding his title for a minute too. But if I ain't mistaken, Gary Russell and Terrence Crawford are the longest standing champions in boxing right now. I think. I may not, be sure. Crawford versus Taylor. Taylor loses to Crawford. Taylor is a good fighter, smart fighter, special fighter, power in both hands, smart fighter. But I see a jab, stops his offense. And he fights up close. That's his bread and butter. He loves to make a fighter fight his style. Terrence won't give him that. Terrence won't fight in close with him because after they study him and they see that Taylor likes to fight in the inside, to frustrate his opponents. That's his bread and butter. Bomac and them gonna tell Terrence to stay on the outside of him. Do not, get up close with Taylor because that's what he likes to do. That's how he beats a lot of his opponents is up close fights. If you stay behind the jab, you box Taylor, you'll get him. That's my opinion. I take nothing away from Taylor. Taylor a hell of a fighter, but I've seen how he does his thing. He really outsmarts his opponents and make them fight the fight that he wants them to fight. And I don't think Terrence is, going to allow that to happen to him. He's not going to rub shoulder to shoulder with Josh Taylor. It's a good thing going on for Terrence Crawford because all roads are leading to him. He the next big name out there right now. Spence gonna be out. Manny Pacquiao tied up. Keith Thurman, Sean Porter's supposed to be tied up with Crawford. Keith Thurman, we don't know what he's doing. We don't know if he commentating or he got a fight coming up. So all roads are leading to Crawford, which is good because now he get to get the names out there. You know what I'm saying? Then he also should be leaving Bob Arum soon. So sky's the limit for Terrence Crawford, and we finally get to see, what the public been, bashing him for and talking about. Because I promise y'all, in my opinion, Terrence Crawford come out there and beat on some ass. I mean, he already in the gym now. If y'all ain't seen him, Amir Khan was just in the gym with him. That was like the beginning of this month. You know what I'm saying? So he already in the gym training. So let's just see who this opponent gonna be coming up next. Hopefully we don't get no COVID or no injuries coming out of nowhere. You know what I'm saying? Maybe we finally get to see a fight. But Teofimo Lopez and Tyson Fury, Errol Spence Jr., nobody should ever watch our fights again just for lying to us and playing with the public like that. I understand this is a business, but fuck that. We make the business. If ain't nobody watching, if don't nobody buy fights, y'all can't do nothing. And so for y'all to sit up and look at us like we ain't shit and not give us the fights that we want, well, maybe we need to start looking at y'all like that. Maybe we need to start supporting people who can't give us what we want. I mean, to me, that's just common sense in life in general. You can't do anything for me. I can't do anything for you. You can't give us the fights we want. Well, I won't watch you. I won't support you. Anything like that until you can come out and actually fight. Because this year right here, this probably is the worst year of boxing I've ever seen in my damn life. 2021 is the worst year of boxing I've ever seen. 3 fights canceled. 3 big fights. Y'all notice all the little fights, all the little fighters with the no names, the no big name fighters, all that's happening. You didn't see Casemiro versus Rigondeaux come up. Nobody had an injury. Nobody came up with COVID. But when it gets to these big millionaire fighters, all of a sudden people catching COVID. People getting injuries. And thank God for Charles Conway for coming out and telling the public actually what's going on. That there are managers out here telling fighters to stop fighting. So this is what happened, y'all. This is why we won't be able to see any of the fights that I'm sure a lot of y'all paid for. A lot of y'all have pre-ordered Spence versus Manny Pacquiao, and now you got to pay and watch Yugas. And I'm sure they ain't giving nobody no refund. Am I right? Did anybody watching order that fight? Pre-order Spence versus Pacquiao. Have they given you a refund? I'm sure they have not and will not. I'm sure they have not and will not do that. Thank you, LT Boxing. Oh yes, of course we need to make Tank fight a real fighter. Tank, like I said, they keep mentioning Keith Thurman's name. It's all just to keep his name hot. Because I don't think Keith Thurman would ever take that fight. I want Keith Thurman to take it just so he can go out there and embarrass Tank. But I know that fight ain't gonna happen. I remember Leonard Ellerby saying that when a fight is talked about too much, it won't happen. Remember he said that when Ryan Garcia was calling out Tank? When Ryan Garcia was calling out Tank, Leonard Ellerby said, if you mention a fight too much, then the fight will not happen. Well, y'all mentioning the hell out of this fight, Leonard Ellerby. So in my mind, I don't see it happening. This is nothing but putting wool over casual eyes with Tank. Tank really does need to go out there and fight somebody. Tank, Vasil Lomachenko, Tevin Farmer, and ever since then, he been jumping up and down taking WBA titles. The same WBA titles that Floyd Mayweather was complaining about. Too many titles being in boxing, but you sending Tank after every last one of them damn titles. Every last one of them titles. We don't want to see Keith Thurman versus Tank. That's something y'all created. We don't want to see that. We want to see this right here. We want to see Tank versus Devin Haney. We want to see Tank versus Teofimo, Ryan Garcia, Gary Russell Jr. The list goes on. But instead, y'all trying to create a hyped up fight with Keith Thurman, which is a good hype fight. It is Keith Thurman, a big welterweight. But instead of Tank skipping over opponents, then why don't you get in the ring and fight these guys? When have you ever heard a manager say that they're only going to fight fighters on their side of the street? Which this side of a street talk was created for Terrence Crawford. When have you ever heard a promoter back in the day say, well, we ain't going to lay you down to Holyfield fight nobody unless they were top rank? If he was, I don't know who he was signed to, let's just say top rank. What if Bob Arum would have said that? Holyfield's not fighting anybody but fighters from top rank. They'd have said, well, you must be out your goddamn mind. You must be smoking some crack, Bob Arum. Think we finna sit up here and be paying for fights for you cherry picking fighters in your own motherfucking camp, your own team, under your own umbrella. You must be crazy thinking we finna allow that. Ain't nobody finna watch them fights. We're gonna tell the public not to watch them fights. Because that wasn't boxing. That's not what boxing is about. Cherry picking through your camp, through your promotional company. Oh, well, I think this fight will be good for Tank. Good cherry. I think this fight will be good for Tank. Good cherry. Come on with that bullshit, man. We trying to see real deal boxing, man. We trying to see who the best, man. Thank you, Raphael. Also, like I said, Raphael, to y'all who watch, who love the channel, man, Easy Work birthday is August the 25th. Gold, $200. Donate to Cash App, Easy Work Boxing on PayPal. Please, if you can. If you can't, I understand. We all struggling. I got to go to work tomorrow, man. I got to go to work tomorrow. I've been asleep all day. But I got up, man. I had to get on here. I saw that video, and I felt like I had to bring it to the public, so people can know what's really going on and why these fights are not happening. Charles Conway, this is a fighter, y'all, that I think everybody need to have respect for, pray for, because once you go against the machine, the machine don't want you no more. And for him to come out and expose that a manager, Teofimo Lopez's manager, told him to fake an injury to stop a fight, this is just opening up a whole bunch of can of worms on the sport of boxing that I'm sure they don't want people to know about or hear about. Because this right here is this could damage the sport a lot. I mean, with a lot of stuff we all know, like I already tell y'all need to watch Mike Tyson missing rounds on YouTube, and then you'll really understand. I'd be in denial about the sport, you know what I'm saying? But it is an industry, it is entertainment, so it's a lot of bullshit going on behind the scenes. But please watch Mike Tyson missing rounds to understand more about what's going on with the sport that we love, and go to Dante's. Boxing Nation and check out that video of Charles Conway, telling the public that fights are being stopped by managers. Managers are telling fighters to back out from COVID, hand injuries, things like that. And so, like I had said, I feel sorry for George Kambosos Jr. This man done waited damn near a year for a fight, y'all. A whole damn year for a fight. Whole year. Training. Now this is something they should mean by overtrained, right? Right? This should be the number one way of them saying how fighters overtrain, because he's been training for 7 months. Probably longer. Just for a fight. So whatever his purse is, they need to raise it up some. Because I'd be mad as hell, man. I would be mad as hell. Missing time from your family, children, 2 months in training, and then you get a counsel. Think about Deontay Wilder wanting to get back in the ring, redeem himself from his loss, want to get his title back. And you counsel? And then they even talking about the fight still may not happen between Wilder and Fury. They saying the fight still may not happen. And so, we get nothing at the end of it as usual. You go pay your money, you go to fights for those who go, buy pay-per-views, we buy apps, The Zone, Showtime, just to watch these people, and at the same time they sit back and play with us and laugh at us. Make up fights, lie to the public, fake injuries, rob your spot. Let's talk about the robbing fighters. That's another way of how we are being disrespected as fans. Not only are the fighters being disrespected, but the fans are being disrespected. When you're a fan of a fighter, when you support this fighter, you done bought shirts, you done came to fights, you know what I'm saying? You want to get autographs, you're paying to see fighters. And this is what's going on. You rob them in the ring. They win, you rob them. Politics, money. You rob somebody. If you really pay attention to it, this is stuff that's been going on a long, long time. It's just that, thank God now for the internet, you know what I'm saying, more access to information. We are now knowing what's going on behind the scenes. You know what I'm saying? We are now knowing what's going on behind the scenes. So thank you, Charles Conway. And y'all pray for him. Please pray for Charles Conway. Because he gonna need it. Because I'm sure they giving him his release papers right now. They signing them up, right? They probably signed them today. They called him today. Where you got to go? What you talking about, man? Oh, you done went on Twitter or something, you done told people, I told you to back out of a fight? Man, I was just on there venting. Yeah, you done vented too damn much. Your ass out of here. You weren't supposed to get on there and tell them people shit. We gonna holler at you, player. Career gone, just like that. Remember that happened with Mickey Bay and Floyd Mayweather. Y'all remember Mickey Bay? Mickey Bay done turned into a trainer. Mickey Bay got out there at one point and said something about Floyd this and Floyd that. Something about Floyd wasn't doing. You ain't seen Mickey Bay no more, have you? Yeah. You don't go against the machine. And that's what Charles Conway did. He went against the machine. We ain't gonna see him no more. We ain't gonna see him no more. Sorry to say. It go just like in the form of rap, baby. Just like in the form of rap music. You go out there, you expose something in that industry, guess what? You ain't making no more hits. Your music is not coming off the shelf anymore. You know what I'm saying? Something finna happen. So y'all pray for Charles Conway, man. I hope everything work out for him. But we needed this information. We needed this information. Now I also have the panel up. You know what I'm saying? If I don't have the panel up, let me put the link up if you want to come on. You know what I'm saying? Y'all see it up there. Easy Work birthday coming. Please, please, if you can, donate to the channel. Go to Cash App, Easy Work 83. But I sent the link up. If anybody want to come on, you're welcome to come on. It ain't nothing. It ain't nothing. But I just don't know what's gonna happen with the sport. They making people back off of it. You know what I'm saying? They making people not be entertained by it, nor care to watch it. And this is why the UFC is kicking boxing's ass. This is why. The only thing is, I don't like to see men roll around on the ground in tight shorts. That's the only reason I don't watch UFC. I don't like to see ground fight. You know what I'm saying? Which ground fighting is very important. You know, it's a big martial art. You know what I'm saying? Especially jiu-jitsu. You know what I'm saying? I would love if I had a son to know boxing and jiu-jitsu. But I don't like ground fights. So that's why I don't watch the UFC. But they about to get a new fan in a minute. It's about to turn into Easy Work UFC. That's what it's about to be in this bitch. Because I can't keep talking about this bullshit like this. I don't like to deal in nothing that's, you know what I'm saying, fake or with bullshit. I ain't like that. You know what I'm saying? I like to talk about good shit, real shit, and boxing ain't looking at real to me. When every time you turn around, we can't even get a fight lined up. Somebody their hand hurt, or they got COVID, or I got the measles, I got chicken pox. That's what's gonna be coming out next. I fell down the I fell in the elevator. So that's what it ain't. We gonna just let them slide with it, just like we let them slide now. There's a lot of people still waiting for Tyson Fury to come back. There's a lot of people still waiting for Teofimo, knowing they lied to us, knowing they told us a goddamn lie. But we still here waiting. Oh, win the fight, win the fight, win the fight, baby. I just sit back laughing at all that. We asking for win the fight, win the fight. They like when we fucking feel like it. When we feel like it. And we just gonna sit back and accept it. Roll with the punches. That's just the way it is, like Tupac said, right? That's just the way it is. But I've been on long enough talking about this. This could have been a real short video, but you know, sometimes you gotta go in and say a little bit more than what's necessary. Because I knew when I first seen it that Charles Conway is in trouble. Charles Conway is in trouble. He's a boxer, y'all. He signed with Teofimo's manager, and he just came out and told the truth. Like they told me to say my hand was injured, so I wouldn't make this fight. And now I did that, and now I don't have any money. Listening to my manager. Yes, we are. And they are proving it. They're damn sure proving it that we are the most disrespected fans out there. Shit. They had to go through this shit in football and basketball. That's rigged too. But at least they get to see teams play teams. Or the top seed play the next top seed. We can't get that over here in boxing. We get the top seed wanting to come fight another top seed over there across the street. When it's time to play, somebody got injured the night before the game. Shit, that's what we got going on. We can't get the same respect that other sports fans are getting. You don't see that shit happening in football. I will say this though, in basketball, y'all ain't paid attention. LeBron James doesn't get injured every fucking finals. When you see LeBron James get injured in the finals, they're not. I mean, in the playoffs, they ain't gonna win the championship. That's why I don't watch basketball anymore. Every motherfucking year, LeBron James down there get injured towards the playoffs. Y'all ain't noticed that? Y'all think it's just coincidence? Y'all think it's coincidence how star players in the NBA all of a sudden get injured right in the middle of the playoffs when they really need it? Y'all don't see that as crazy? You think this shit just happening? Grown ass men that been playing basketball since they were 7, 8 years old, all of a sudden just can't make it to a game. The same shit going on in boxing. The same shit, grown ass men who've been fighting their whole life, they get a hand injury. Oh, I can't fight. Get an eye injury. Oh, I can't fight. Get COVID. Oh, I can't fight. You know, they say COVID, if you quarantine, that shit's supposed to be over with in like 2 weeks. So why the fuck it taking Tyson Fury goddamn 3 months to come off a goddamn COVID? What type of shit is that? Thank you, JD. You know something. I hate to say it. You know what I'm saying? But we know what it is. We know what's going down. I do. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people get on my channel and they don't understand it because they don't know what kind of world they living in. You know, they still think this shit is Alice in Wonderland. You know what I'm saying? They think everything is legit and success. It's just something that you get up off your ass and push for. It's true you have to get up off your ass and push for success. But people don't understand this. There are human beings who opens the door for your success. It ain't a goddamn computer standing behind the door and saying, hey, thank you for coming. No, it's a motherfucking human standing behind that door who's going to open that door for success. And it depends on what you're willing to do, not your fucking talent. There's a lot of talented people in the world. All right? It's a lot of talented people in the world. It's about what you are willing to do to be big. A lot of boxers out there running around can fight. A lot of boxers got out. See, this is something I wish I could go around and I could talk to a lot of boxers who was like, what's his name, the Dargan guy who used to spar with Errol Spence. Spar with Terrence Crawford, the guy who they said was beating Terrence Crawford in sparring, which caused the fight between him and Gary Russell Jr. I would love to go and talk to him, Mark Davis, and you know, a lot of fighters from the amateurs who didn't go professional, and ask them why didn't they go professional? What is it? What happened? Because if y'all know about the guy, I think his name was Charles Dargan. They said he was the whole thing. They said he was the whole thing, and he didn't even go professional, from what I understand. So it's something going on. You know what I'm saying? It's something going on that a lot of fighters who went to the amateurs ain't professionals. Look at the guy Andy Cruz who was just in the Olympics. That dude damn near 30 years old, y'all. I don't know if you're a professional in Cuba or not, but he ain't went Cuba where he fighting overseas in the United States. I guess the most important thing is wondering, how big do you want to be? Do you want to be big to the point where you're known a little bit and you're still a man? You still can say you're a man, or do you want to be successful where everybody knows your name and you done went through hell and lost parts of yourself to get there? Because I would rather just know that I'm the best at what I do, instead of me giving up my soul, my respect, my integrity, just so people could know my name. Because once you go and sit down and you think about it, yeah, the world know you, but you got to think about all the people you fucked over, how you fucked yourself over, you know what I'm saying, to get to that point. And trust me, I'm sure that ain't no good way to feel, no matter how much money you got. Okay, Carl Dargan. It's not Charles Dargan. It's Carl Dargan. Thank you, JD, for saying that. Carl Dargan. He just fought and got a KO a few weeks ago on PBC. He's 37 years old now. Well, I guess Charles Carl was like, I got to go to the machine. I guess he showed up. I guess he showed up, which is, I'm sure it was hard. It's hard for him or many other fighters out there because that's all they know, man. This something. It's no different than, you know what I'm saying, LeBron when he was 7 years old wanted to play. But these people start when they are kids, man. This all they know. And I can't just go into there and be a champion unless I work with the machine, unless I have to deal with somebody bullshit, or some promoter is probably gay and want to touch on me for me to have a contract with them, or I got to go hug and kiss another man to get a fight, or I got to go with a manager to a gay club one night and that's when I'm going to get signed. Hell no. Fuck you and that money. Motherfucker, I've been broke. But believe it or not, it's people who say, okay, okay, that's all I got to do. Okay. And then there's some people who saying, hell no, I ain't with that. I ain't going to never be with that. And then there's some people, they putting in positions trying to break them into doing that shit. They already put their feet in that water. Now they trying to drown their ass. You know what I'm saying? Now they trying to drown. Now you already stepped in. You might as well come on. You might as well. Who, Ali? Yep. Yeah. The world's full of hate at these times. But I don't really hold. And I hate to say this because a lot of people gonna be like, "Oh, you can't say that about Muhammad Ali." I don't hold Muhammad Ali up at this greatest of all time like everybody else do. He was just at the right time in boxing. He was just at the right time. All this he did 5 years in prison and shit. I ain't never seen no picture of him in jail. Who went to visit him when he was in prison in 5 years? Where's the proof he was in jail for 5 years? Y'all gotta remember he did work for the machine. Let me tell y'all something, bro. And I'm finna get off on this video in a minute. All right. The only way you will be famous on the machine is if you work for the machine. You wouldn't have seen Dr. Martin Luther King and Malcolm X walk around getting promoted. Why would television cameras follow them when they are talking about the machine? The machine is what allows them to be known to the public. You would have never heard of Malcolm X or Dr. Martin Luther King if they were really against the machine. And the only way you're going to be on television or heard about is if you work for the machine. I don't give a fuck what they on there telling you. I don't give a fuck how black they is and they get on there saying black people need to do this, black people need to do that. If they are on different channels or different stations with a machine, on different radio stations being heard, on TV, they are members of that fucking machine. How can you not know that? If I had a radio station, if I owned a radio station or a TV station, and let's just say I hated white people. Let's just say I hated white people, but my TV station and my radio station is what makes stars. You think I send white people hated me, hated my station, hated my radio station. Do you think they will be walking around being promoted from my TV cameras and my radio stations when I hate them? Y'all ain't caught on yet, huh? People just gonna keep letting them fucking play you and X2. And another thing I gotta say, I'm so tired of these Gene Deals and these lying ass motherfuckers keep telling these Tupac stories. All these made up ass. How long y'all gonna keep? Y'all gonna carry that shit to y'all grave, man? Knowing ain't none of that shit. All that West Coast, East Coast beef and all that stupid shit ain't happening for real. Y'all ought to be ashamed of y'allself. And all of them in on it. All them stories about all that old shit, rappers and all that shit is fake. And they sit up year after year after year after year and keep lying to the public about that shit. And the same shit going on in boxing, y'all. I'm sick of this shit. great time. And then they try to put what he did outside the ring in the ring with Muhammad Ali. Muhammad Ali won that motherfucking special. He won. He like Floyd said, he lost to a motherfucker with 7-0. The fuck? They say Ken Norton, or was it one of the Spinks brothers, beat him every time. They just gave him the fights. Not saying he couldn't fight. Not saying Muhammad Ali wasn't a special person. But all this acclaim that they give him because the timing was good and because he could box. Man, get the fuck out of here. Get the fuck out of here. Yeah, that Sonny, you're right, but Bud is amazing. Bud is amazing. I mean, we can't deny that. All of them are. You wouldn't see them on TV. But I don't think Bud willing to go to do everything that everybody else doing. I don't think that. It's something in him that's different. Bud probably did it for money. Bud ain't about all that other shit. Yeah, I can't listen to him anymore either because I know everything that he rapped out his mouth was a motherfucking lie. So no, I can't listen to him either. But y'all, it's time for me to get off, y'all. You know what I'm saying? I went in, you know what I'm saying, even went in on some more stuff. But, you know, I just wanted to let y'all know, man, they fucking us with no Vaseline, man. They Ice Cubing us. They Ice Cubing us. And we sit up here in the lounge. We still sit up here waiting on the next fight and the next fight, and fuck that. You know what I'm saying? We got to start getting on these channels, on these big names, on their Twitters, and start letting them know next time you fucking play with us and dodge out a fight, you gonna be fighting in goddamn Family Dollar parking lot. Because we ain't gonna pay to see that bullshit. Next time y'all get out here and play with us and fake an injury or COVID, next time your ass is gonna be fighting in Family Dollar or Walmart parking lot. Because we ain't paying to see your ass no more. Stop playing with us. Now what the fuck wrong with y'all? We'll have the ass back to them COVID fights with fake people on screens watching their ass. Y'all go buy a bunch of fucking mannequins and set them up around the ring. Keep playing. Y'all ain't gonna have to worry about nobody coming to no fights. Ain't nobody gonna come see that shit. Y'all gonna have 1,000 mannequins standing outside the ring with clothes on, acting like people there. Keep playing. Just keep on. Keep on playing with us. But like I said, y'all, it's time for me to get off, man. I've been on this is supposed to be a 10-minute video. You know, be me and my big mouth. But y'all see the title, you know what I'm saying? The banner. You gotta keep showing that. Cash App your boy. Cash App your boy for his birthday, August 25th, man. Show some love to your boy. Trying to get this fight up, man. Goal is $200. You know, I'm hoping I can make that, but I doubt it. But if you love the channel, man, you love Easy Work Boxing, show your boy some love for his birthday. You know, stay tuned. I'm gonna keep them coming. You know what I'm saying? Talk about that real talk, life talk, boxing talk. Give you everything that's out there for you, man. Please subscribe. Please comment. You know what I'm saying? Please comment. Hit that notification bell. This Easy Work Boxing. I'm out.